agribusiness, we have an update on the MF Global collapse and disappearance of nearly $1 billion in customer money. According to the New York Times, investigators are wrapping up their investigation and it appears no one is going to be charged in the case. Investigators say it appears poor risk controls and chaos, not fraud, led to the disappearance of millions of dollars and caused the firm to file for bankruptcy. The Pro Farmer Midwest Crop Tour is set to get underway this coming Monday. The scouting trip is watched closely by the industry. With USDA cutting the corn and soybean figures just last week, traders are wondering if there's any surprises in the field. Chip Flory leads the tour in the Western Corn Belt, and Brian Grete will be in the East. They join us from our Pro Farmer studios in Cedar Falls, Iowa, to discuss some potential outcomes.
The expectation is that we're going to find a small corn crop out there. But those expectations can lead to some potential marketing problems down the road here, and that's all based on some of the surprises that we might find out while we're out there on the road. What are some of those surprises that we might run into?
Well, I think when we talk about the corn crop, obviously if we find more corn out there than what USDA says or said there was in August, that's probably the number one thing that the market will be paying attention to.
Okay, but they've cut demand so deep already in the 12-13 supply and demand balance sheet that if we would happen to find more corn out there than what USDA indicated as of August 1, would it really be that negative?
Probably not, to be in all honesty. I mean, it's a numbers game now, so it's just a matter of balancing out the balance sheet and moving forward. I mean, like you said, it's a small crop. It's just a matter of how small it is. You know, whether it's a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller than what USDA said on August.
Okay, the other surprise is that, yeah, USDA says it's bad, but it turns out to be even worse than what USDA indicated. Let's say that Iowa, instead of being a 141, is a 135 or something like that. Is that going to have much of an impact?
Well, you know, from a price perspective, maybe it could have some to give us some upside pop, but really then what has to happen is the World Board has to go in and find more demand to cut from the demand side of the balance sheet.
Yeah, either on old crop or on new crop or on both.
Right.
Exactly, so that we can start the year with some more beginning stocks. So if we're heading out there on the road, we've got this tight supply situation, how should a guy be positioned heading out there on the road?
Well, I think you do need, just based on how price action is performed over the last couple weeks here, have some downside protection in place. You got your cash sales already on the books for most guys on a portion of the crop, and have puts in place on another portion of the crop just so you're not flying in the wind 100%.
Exactly, and you've got to be positioned about the same on soybeans, right?
Yeah, I think so. And the surprise on the soybeans might be that we come in less than what USDA said, and on pod counts.
Yeah, and Brian, soybeans are even a little bit of a different story, because if the price does go up, it seems like that market's still got some pretty strong demand out there. We'll be out on the Pro Farmer Midwest Crop Tour August 20th through the 23rd. The Pro Farmer National Crop Estimates come out on the 24th. For Brian Grete and all the editors here at Pro Farmer, I'm Chip Flory.
Thanks, gentlemen. Be safe on the tour. For those of you who signed up for the Pro Farmer newsletter, here's what you can expect this week. We'll have a preview of the crop tour, including some historical comparisons. There are tips on sampling like a Crop Tour Pro, plus information on FSA's certified acres.
Pro Farmer. Make great decisions and become a member today. Call or visit profarmer.com.